7 in this motherfucker. What's up with it? All right, so listen up. Um, we're back, obviously. Um, you know, I was trying to figure out how to go live. Still learning this damn thing. Still don't quite get it. Catching on to it. I kind of want to just run my mouth about some Pokemon concepts real quick. The reason why is I just feel like people aren't catching on to the concepts. So realistically, you look at patterns, right? And so when it comes to Pokemon and it comes to releases, you have a window. You can do pre-orders, but if you don't sell all your pre-orders before the item hits the day of, you lost that market. That was your window. And you need to know about 3 months in advance about the product being released. That way you can set up the pre-orders, have them already sold, have them already ready to rock, right? Before the shipment gets there. Otherwise, the market becomes saturated. There's way too much product in hand. So you're probably either A, going to sit on the product, or you're going to sell very cheap and lose money. So, I mean, that's a huge factor. A lot of people don't understand windows. It's a window. You only get one shot. And you have to know the information. It's an information game. Just like when you go to these card places, all information game. All right? Because if you don't know what your card's worth and you don't know that information of what set and the rarity and all of that concept, they do, and they're hustling you. Bet money on it. On top of it, think about it like this. Anything 151, money. Because everyone's familiar with the 151 concept. The original 151, everybody remembers them, point blank. Okay? Now, why they've never released just a second gen, other than the second gen set, Neo Destiny or Neo whatever, why they never go and release just the second gen like they did at one point beats me. Okay, anything second gen like that would just be the whole second gen in itself, and that's it set in itself, people would go nuts, right? On top of that, another Rockets is always something to buy into. Everybody knows that Rockets is just fucking dumb, and if you can get your hands on some Rockets, get your hands on it. And then let me know so I can get my hands on it. Yeah. The one thing I can't seem to find, at least not at a decent price anyway, is a rocket slab. A rocket pack graded PSA 10, first edition, Giovanni artwork. Everybody wants an arm and a leg for a pack, that's graded. And look, I get it. I got some packs of my own that are graded, and so I totally understand that. But why can't I just have the rocket pack at a decent price? You know what I mean? I'm not saying that, you should give me a hookup because I know a lot of things about certain things, but it would be nice. I mean, how many people want to be nice? I know that's hit or miss nowadays, right? So I'm just saying, I'm looking for a rocket slab. If anybody's got one, and maybe want to make some trades, watch my content. I've got my video up there of my collectibles. I've got slabs for days. I haven't even showed you guys my sealed content. I've got booster boxes up the yang. I got 25th anniversary ETBs, the lunchbox. I got a bunch of blisters. It's all for fun. We just have a good time. You know what I mean? And, a lot of people don't look at it like that. They're like, oh, you're a grown up. Yeah, well, am I having trouble? Am I in and out of jail? Well, then shut the hell up and go the other fucking way. Don't fucking intervene with my shit. I'm having a good time opening up Pokemon cards. You know what I mean? Who the fuck are you to dictate what I can do over here at my shit? That's, So, look, that's the thing. You got to find the fun in the shit. And you know what people tend to do? Take the fun away from shit. They need to stop doing that. It has to be fun, or what the fuck was the point, right? And I feel like there's a borderline on YouTube where you got people that are about certain people and then not about certain people, and then it stirs the pots, and then it creates this gossip, and then controversy sells. So you got all these other people being mad because they weren't recognized in this and that and blah, blah, blah. It's all bullshit, all right? Categorization was created by a group of individuals. All you did was entertain the idea. Categorization does not exist. It only exists as far as we could throw it. So as quickly as the idea got created, Like popularity, right, is a category, but it's an entertained idea. Who's to say anybody's better than me or you? That's an opinion. So, if we don't entertain the idea of popularity, it is a figment of our imagination. Whew. Who would have ever thought, right? But see, we can't decipher it for some weird reason. You know, I've tried to figure out why. I don't know why. And instead of people just getting used to the idea of understanding the why, a lot of people sit neutral. But I'm not here to give you advice, because who the fuck am I? I'm a fucking stranger. You guys don't know me, right? Hey, Team Juice is my brand. I don't know if you guys know Team Juice, right? It's a little pendant. No, not too shabby. Team Juice shirts. Obviously, I got my own clothing, ladies and gentlemen. My own clothing. Trujillo rep right across there. Trujillo rep across my hat. Okay. This is my Team Juice hat, ladies and gentlemen. Boom, Team Juice gear. All right. Look, I don't try to self-promote my stuff. This is my music brand. Team Juice. You know why? Everyone always asks me why the team, and I say, you know why? Because there's the I there that you missed. And they're like, what? What do you mean? There's no I there. And so I said, have you thought about what the letters actually insinuate? So peep game. Tell everyone about me. There's your I. Join us in creative entertainment. Sells itself. Touchdown. You know what I'm saying? So that is the key. So what I do in music is I take different concepts. Cartoon characters, video game characters, you name it. All right? I don't stick to the basic nonsense. I don't talk about money, women, jewelry, and cars. That shit's saturated. I don't talk about the poor me. I was too lazy to do the dishes, so show me some sympathy. That's bullshit. Or the look at me, I got big chains and I drive these big cars. That's bullshit also. It's all nonsense. It's all, they're storytelling. You understand? They're telling you about a persona that they want you to perceive them as, for instance. So, who the fuck is Trujillo rep? I'll wait. I made that shit up. Trujillo's my last name, but rep is just represent. But it was just an idea. I'm Dustin. So who the fuck is Trujillo rep? It's a figment of my imagination. See how I'm willing to admit that? It's because I'm aware of the concept. We're all aware of the concept. And if you think about the same concepts and you apply that in Pokemon, right? You won't have a hard time putting two and two together. Because in Pokemon, they run on patterns. The world is ran on patterns. Pokemon is also ran in an algorithm, just like the world. So you got to understand, these people, they get their feet wet and they got everybody on, and you know what I mean? All these people are like, whoa, 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 whoa. You know what I mean? You know what really happens is they knew the right thing to do right at the right time. And that's how they got their feet wet. That's why everybody knows them. It's all about timing, right? Has nothing to do with content, has nothing to do with pulling cards, has nothing to do with pleasing the crowd, has everything to do with the right time frame. And when one door opens, it's all word of mouth. And if your friends are telling your other friends, which are telling your other friends, I mean, everybody's getting involved. Everyone's gathering now all of a sudden, right? So you got to take all that into consideration. And so look, it's fun. You know what I mean? It's entertaining. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, well, the market's crashing and, you know, Pokemon this and Pokemon that. And I don't know if we should jump into the hobby in 2024. And like, you see all these little catch reels, right? Keywords, catch people's attentions. Yeah, that's exactly what that was. It was an illusion. He was throwing a worm in the pond so you fucking bite. You know, and I mean, it's as clear as day. I mean, you don't have to, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? And like, you know, there's these, you know, everybody's all about this vintage. Let me ask you a question. When Pokemon was really here, how many people cared to open it? Not very many. And if you look, it's the 90s children. The ones that had it as kids. They're the ones that are still doing the Pokemon. I'm one of them. I'm a nerd. Point blank. Look, I even have a Raichu on my arm. Straight up, Raichu. Sick, huh? You know? Straight nerd. Raichu's my favorite. Previous video I told you guys, Lieutenant Surge's Raichu put me on to Raichu. As soon as he spanked that ass and destroyed the ground and fucking showed people what's happening, it was over. That little tiny Mighty Mouse motherfucker got some power, son. Did you see the ground break? The shit was dumb, you know? And I mean, you got to remember, as a child, when that episode came out, we were all children at that point, especially from the 90s. The majority of us, anyway. That was phenomenal to watch. And now, there's other things that I want to get into. I was looking at Dragon Ball Z boxes recently. I watched a couple people open some. I might actually be down to buy into some Dragon Ball Z. I actually like the artwork. I think, we all know the famous characters Goku and Gohan and, Vegeta and Piccolo and all kinds of different names. Well, anyways, I thought that would be an interesting set to jump into. Not too sure about, what's what, how rare it is, or what the terms are. I'll have to, do some information on that. But I mean, at the end of the day, look, it's just more fun, right? And that's what we're here to have, some fun. Look, when I open up Pokemon cards, we run our mouths, man. We have ourselves a good time. You know what I mean? There is no holding back. Because, look, I'm just stating the obvious. You don't think everybody wants to say, yo, what the fuck? We just lost. We just got a kick in the mouth. Of course they do. Of course they do. But everybody's trying to get into these guidelines, right? They want to be paid. It's not about being paid, man. It's about having fun. That's what I'm talking about. You can't take the fun and turn it into a business. And then now it's a have to thing. It's not a because you wanted to thing anymore. It's a because you have to thing now, right? And that's the thing. When it comes to my music and stuff, like, I want features for sure. It's just fun. It's entertaining to bring a new idea into the building. They have a creative mind, right? They're generating a storyline. They literally wrote a story in 5 seconds, and they talked about it, whether it be a past relation of some sort or doesn't matter what the circumstances are. They wrote a story, which means music is choreographed. Right? It's like a movie plot. We're just jotting ideas down. Who knows what's the right move and what's the wrong move? In my opinion, in the 90s, I would have been signed in a heartbeat. I got $100,000 record deal back in 2020, and I turned them down. Told them the trash. And look, you want 3 albums in 5 years? Do the math. I make more than that in my job. What are you talking about? Who's the sucker that signed that shit? You know what I mean? It's bullshit at the end of the day. It's a puppet on a string concept, right? And if you allow yourself to be controlled and allow yourself into that realm, well, that was free will. You had a choice. You chose because of curiosity. And you know what they say about that? That killed the cat. So, yeah, I mean, you have to, just because you can doesn't necessarily mean you should. Chess. Think about the why. Think 4 moves ahead. You don't sacrifice the queen for the pawn, period. You just don't. So, but, look, I get on here and I rant about certain things, and, I don't know who's listening. Who knows? But anyways, it's nice to meet all you guys. I have my email in the description. You guys can email me, whatever. I don't know who still emails, but I don't personally, I don't personally have the gram or the book, or I don't have any of that shit. So it's not my cup of tea, if you know what I mean. Um, it's just I'm cool. I only plug into the YouTube, you know what I mean? And I just post my music and my openings. That's it. Sometimes I get on here and bullshit and run my mouth just to see what's up, but I don't know about anything going on. I don't know no trends. I don't know what music is popping. I don't know none of that. You know why? Because I cut the cord a long time ago from being controlled. I stopped allowing society to have control over me. They don't tell me what clothing is hot, which way to fucking put my hat, and how to bob my head to music. They don't tell me a damn thing. They don't get to tell me anything anymore. If you look right on the shirt, it's a pawn with strings coming down. Okay? And if you look even closer, and then there you go. He's controlling the Rubik's Cube, the pattern, because we're all pattern based. And if you can manipulate the pattern, it means you're in control of the algorithm by creating your own pattern. You understand what I mean? Because once you figure it out, just like in a Rubik's Cube, you can manipulate it. I can get the cube done in 4 moves, 5 moves, 10 moves. I can manipulate it to do that. Anybody can. But that's what the cube teaches us. Now, how many people actually know the cube, right? How many people actually not only know the cube, but how many people know how to redo the cube any scramble, right? There's one code. You figure out the code, it's over. There's nothing else to think about. You know what I mean? So, I mean, the question is, how many people know the code? And if you figured out the code, you would have thought about how to maneuver it better. You understand what I mean? Because you can be in control of that code. And if you think about it in bigger terms, there's a secret to why they're showing you in portions. But you got to look, right? Monopoly. 4 greenhouses, 1 hotel. And everybody like, what? It's just a game. Or is it? You missed the message. 4 greenhouses, 1 hotel. You want passive income? You buy a house, take some equity off, purchase the second one, take equity off that one, purchase the third, take equity off the third one, get your fourth one. If you would have sold in a market like 2 years ago, when the market was trash, you would probably walk away with a few $1,000,000. So $10,000 investment for a down payment closing cost, just walked away with a few $1,000,000. And to purchase your newer homes, you didn't use your own money. You used your loan money, which means you went into debt to do so. Which means realistically, when you sold all 4, not only did you get out of debt, and the bigger thing is you put a hotel. You buy the right land, and now instead of working for that money works for you. Passive income. 4 greenhouses, 1 hotel. Figure out what I just said. It's right in front of our face. The other thing is, they teach us this. You roll the dice to make a move. Notice there's a chance card on the table? You have to take a chance, or you don't pass go. Do you get it? It's all laid out. There's secret things in our face that we all miss. We always miss it. But you have to start looking for these little things. They're important because they're showing you something. But you got to remember, they can't just bluntly put it in your face and show it to you. They have to secretly slide it in. And if there's one thing that Da Vinci has shown us, look deeper. There's something else there. Not everything is perceived to look the way it's perceived to look like. That's what they want you to make it look like. So if they're playing an illusional concept in front of your face, do you understand it? It's like this. Take a look around. Let's go outside into a busy street. How many people look the same right now? Everybody's got their face down in their phone. Look around. How many people are doing it? You understand the pattern? There's a lot of them doing it, isn't there? Weird. That just goes to show you what I'm talking about. Has anybody else been paying attention to the little things? Look, I don't have all the answers. Who knows what the fuck I know, right? I don't know shit. I'm a nobody. I don't pay your bills. I don't put food on your table. But all I'm saying is really think about what things are meant to look like and what things actually are. Look around. Everybody role plays. Okay? This world, it's a game. Look at it that way. We're being labeled a number the minute we walk outside. All of us. We're judged upon our looks. We're judged upon what we're wearing and everything else. And we're labeled a number based on all of that. right? And that's a one role right there. Let's say you go to work. Well, let's say you're a bus driver. Well, that's a role you play. You're now a bus driver. You're role playing a bus driver. And let's say you're a rapper. Well, you're also role playing a rapper. Everybody's a goddamn actor, is what I'm getting at. Nobody knows who they really are. All they know is the roles they've been playing. When you become a father, that's another role you take on. When you become a grandfather, that's another role added to your roster. Do you understand the roles? We're role playing. Everywhere we go, everything we do, this is one big fucking movie. How many people know that? Have you looked around? Look at Facebook. It's reality, right? The reality of role playing. You get to be whoever you want. Who's going to challenge you? Nobody. They're afraid. You know how we evolved? We challenged everything. Science, technology, the way we live. How do you think we evolved as people? Now we're so scared to challenge each other because we're going to get labeled and categorized, canceled. Guess what? You're still entertaining that thought process. And remember, we talked about that in the beginning. If you entertain nonsense, that's your problem. It's not real. Categorization is not real. It's an entertained idea. That's it. And as quickly as it got created, it could die. So, when are we going to stop allowing concepts and start creating reality again? Our reality's been shifting. Look around. It's not what it used to be. People from the 90s remember something totally different. 80s, 70s, 21st century, they know something completely different. You know, I look at colleges. I'm not trying to be rude to a college, but look at it like this. Somebody's going to offer me a job based on something I learned 20 years ago in college. Wink, wink. Everything I know from 20 years ago is wrong information. Information has came out at a rapid pace, and things that we were taught 20 years ago, no longer accurate. So, you're going to tell me you're going to base a job off of the wrong information that I was taught 20 years ago? Does this not add up to anybody else? Fucking doesn't make sense, does it? Maybe I'm the only one. I don't know. And I don't remember the guy who invented college going to college. So, you know, and I'm just saying, I've seen more entrepreneurs that didn't go to college make more money than people that went to college. Because when you financially break down your debt that you're in, hundreds of thousands of dollars for your loan, just to go to that college, you make a little more than minimum wage. Even if you made $32 an hour, after you factor in your monthly wage on your debt and everything else, you make just a little bit more minimum wage. Sadly. Sad but true. So, I mean, at the end of the day, knowledge is power. And the one thing that we're not standing up for anymore is our rights. We get quiet. I hear crickets. You know why? Because no one's afraid. Or are they? Because if we weren't afraid, everybody would stand up and stop sitting down just because we get told no. So what's the problem? Now, you know what happens to people like me that speak about the elephant in the room? Labeled, categorized, judged. Those same people, that's their argument. They didn't want to be labeled, judged, or categorized, but they're the same ones labeling, judging, and categorizing you. Sound hypocritical? Yeah, it's contradictive. It's fucking bullshit. But hey, you entertain it. And so does the majority. And I don't see anybody putting a stop to it. And, you know, if I'm the only one, it's easy to single me out. So I already self-isolate myself because I'm a little asshole and I speak the truth. And, a lot of people don't want to hear it because it applies to them. You got to look at it like this. Everybody has covered up their flaws since a child so well. I mean, in depth. No one's called them out for their flaw. But the one person that does, their whole world shatters. It's automatic aggression. I hate you. Boo hoo. I got 20, 30 people behind me that'll fucking hate you too. Your image is ruined. You're this, you're that. Are you serious? Over people, flaws being exposed. This is what we're hiding. Is the goddamn flaw that we've covered up since a child. Instead of dealing with our flaw and doing something about the flaw, we covered it up and put a clown face on. That's it. Because you know how you fit into society? Society rejected who you were in the beginning. That's why you had to cover up your flaws. Because society told you what flaws they didn't like. And we're all guilty of this shit. So you know what we did? We put the clown mask on, altered ourselves to fit in. So-and-so liked us. So we all fit in. So I'm not the last person's choice in the PE room. That's bullshit. But again, we're entertaining it. When do we not entertain it? It's a big question. Does it ever get tiring going around watching this stupid shit happen? And we watch people get canceled for speaking up, and weird enough, it's always the same deaths. It's always the same exact way. Oh, they had an overdose. No, it was suicide. What do you mean? Look at the pattern. Isn't there a combination there of the same shit in a pattern formation? And doesn't it all start to make sense? Maybe they figured out ways to, I don't know, manipulate things to make it be perceived a certain way. Remember we talked about that? Is the clerk nice to you because she wants to or because she's being paid to? You do the math. She probably runs her mouth the minute you walk out the store. And I'm not wrong. And this is what I mean. Now I'm on a full-blown goddamn conversation. Fuck. I'm all caught up talking about this shit. Well, this wasn't supposed to happen. I wasn't supposed to get on a rant. I wasn't supposed to go in and start doing all this. I don't know what the fuck. Welcome to the world, ladies and gentlemen. We're here, we're live, we're lit. It's Channel 57 in this motherfucker. Once again, let's get back to this Pokemon. Boom. Alright, we got, some Pokemon Go booster box. Japanese, it's nice. Got a little Astral Radiance, Japanese. I'm a big fan of that Typhlosion right there. I don't really care that they put him Psychic. I think Typhlosion original was badass, so just to play with Typhlosion was just nonsense. I would eventually love to open this box, this V-Star, but I need the right occasion. I would also like to open up my VMAX, because this right here, ladies and gentlemen, 10 packs, alright, and there are 4 bangers in every single pack, just like that gold box. And so eventually I would like to add these into the channel so we have something more to open. And I'll never open this up, but I mean, what's your guys' thoughts on the 94? I know it's not 100, but if you think about it, it's a low 9. I mean, if you round it to the nearest 10th, it's a high 9. It's still a 9 if you go 1 through 10. I mean, for a sealed box, it's pretty legit. I have this bullshit Triple Beats box. I've actually had this for like 2 years. It's trash, in my opinion. This is the one I just got, Paradox Rift. A lot of people tell me it's a good box. I have no idea. In my opinion, until I open it, I don't know. I don't really take the audience's approval into consideration. Astral Radiance booster box. Yeah. Again, that's my guy. That Typhlosion. Really like that Typhlosion. And I still got 4 of these 151 boxes. There's like 20 packs in each of there. And, you know, so we've got a total of like 10 boxes. Not 11 boxes. I'm sorry. Yeah, or something like that. This was that Shining Treasure. But these are packs. So what I do is every time we open up a box or something, I always pull a pack or two out and I just stack them away. And so later down the line, I have probably about 6 of these full. And later down the line, we'll eventually go through that chapter in our lives and open up a whole set. But, you know, look, guys. Sorry I went on a rant. Wasn't trying to offend anybody if I did. Look, all I try to do is give the inside tip. And, you know, honestly, to open that door, you have to be willing, right? Because once you go there, you can't come back. There is no comeback. There's just, now you see it and there's no way out. If you listen to my music, I talk about that. How we're trapped in our minds because of the way we're designed. You're designed to fall in line, do the yes master thing. Get on your fucking knees and do what they tell you. Don't question nothing, nothing to see here. You take direction from somebody else because you don't know how to lead yourself. Did I pretty much nail it? See what I'm saying? So, anyways, look, guys, I'm going to jump off of here. My email's in the description. You know, like, subscribe, all that bullshit. If you want to hear more rants, let me know. I normally don't get on here and rant. It's just, look, I keep watching these videos and I keep seeing things and I'm just like, stop entertaining the nonsense. The minute we stop entertaining it, it dies. But right now, the majority is tied up in this look at me, let me fit in concept. They're entertaining nonsense just to do so. Do you know what it takes to be liked? You want me to honestly tell you the truth? You have to basically alter yourself, first off. Second, you have to laugh at people's stupid jokes. You have to boost their ego every fucking 10 seconds. And you allow other people to dictate whether other people like you or not. Why would you ever put yourself in that category? And why do we all fight to fit into it? Well, I'm here to tell you the category's nonsense. Stop entertaining that bullshit. That's a choice. And supposedly we got free will. So the choice is yours. We're here, we're live, we're lit. Till next time. Bow.